Bonjour à toutes et à tous, bonsoir même parce qu'on est au soir, voilà, bon, on est parti pour la conférence Call of Duty Next, voilà, je vais commencer un peu plus tôt parce que je vois que la conférence elle est encore en route, donc je pense qu'elle dure plus d'une heure, donc je me suis permis de commencer un peu plus tôt, je vais attendre un petit peu que ça arrive, je vais partager le tout sur Discord, et puis comme ça on pourra se lancer. Ouais, faudrait peut-être que je copie le lien. J'attends que vous arrivez sagement. Partager, copier le lien. Salut DJ, comment vas-tu? Attends, je partage tout ça sur Discord. Hop, voilà. Allez, c'est bon, c'est fait. Voilà, je me suis permis de commencer plus tôt parce qu'en fait, je viens de voir que leur conf elle est encore en route, donc ouais, autant commencer plus tôt, hein, parce que sinon. Alors, pourquoi mon live ne s'est pas mis en route? C'est ça qui est bizarre. Si, c'est bon. Ça, c'est mis en route. Voilà. Allez, let's go. Je mets ça là, et puis on y va. On va découvrir la conférence Call of Duty Black Ops 7. C'est parti, on y va. Let's go. J'espère que ça va bien, Mister DJ. Allez, c'est parti. Alors on aura du gameplay, il y aura du reveal, etc. Donc voilà, il y a de quoi bien s'éclater. Voilà, multiplayer reveal. Ça a l'air propre, hein. Ça a l'air très très propre. Et il y a une bêta qui sera ouverte ce week-end. Donc ce week-end, je pense qu'on va pouvoir se tester ça comme il se doit. Allez. On voit les éclats tout. Toujours impeccable, mais je vais devoir calmer madame, elle veut me prendre une série X au début du mois. Donc ah. Aïe aïe. Après c'est toujours sympathique hein, d'avoir une femme comme ça. Moi la mienne c'est pareil. Et des fois j'ai la limite parce que voilà. Mais c'est sympa. C'est sympa. T'as des femmes, ils acceptent pas JV. Hein. Nous on est bien tombés. Ouais, franchement c'est graphiquement c'est beau. Hein. Franchement. 14 novembre. C'est la bêta du 2 au 5. Enfin, il y a l'early access. Elle va toujours nous faire plaisir de peur de... Ouais, c'est ça. C'est ça, DJ. Mais bon, ça sert à rien quand même. On sait que voilà. Allez, let's go. J'ai regardé un peu avant, ça des potes, mais pas de spoil. Ah, ça c'est bien. J'en ai vu un petit peu, hein, t'inquiète pas.
Welcome to Call of Duty Next.
Allez, c'est parti.
250 of your favorite creators and press have arrived to reveal live Black Ops 7 gameplay and more.
Est-ce qu'il est français ou
Today,
pas?
we'll dive into 6
Non, y a pas
all-new
de
beta maps
sous-titres.
and show you what's coming to Black Ops 7 multiplayer. Starting with Blackheart. The Forge.
The Forge, ok.
Toshin.
Alors il y a du gameplay, il y a de tout, hein, voilà. Alors qu'on
Explosion.
est des sales gosses, c'est vrai.
Imprint. Cortex. We'll peel back the curtain on zombies with our first live look at the new
Il y aura des
round-based
zombies, il y aura du Warzone, il y aura...
We'll drop
il y aura
in
de tout.
to a first look at a new Warzone Resurgence map. And we've got big updates for Call of Duty Mobile. And plenty of more surprises in store.
Là, moi je suis à fond dans Silent Hill F.
We're moments
Ça y
away
est, je
from
suis
kicking
lancé.
off into live gameplay, but
Je suis à
first,
4
some
heures de jeu.
exciting info for our viewers at home. Be sure to
Alors, moi,
stay tuned in
ok,
throughout the
le
day
30
for a chance to
septembre.
unlock in-game rewards for Black Ops 7. Just by watching this stream
Ah, c'est quoi
on
le
the
code en
official
bas?
Call of Duty Twitch and
Ah, c'est le
YouTube
bêta code.
channels. Take a look
Ah, faudra
at the
que je
chat on either
faudra
of
que je
these
me le note.
streams for more details. Everything you're seeing in multiplayer gameplay today will be playable in the
Ouais, je me le
open
note.
beta, with early access starting on October 2nd. Plus, don't forget to jump into the beta on day 2 of early access to experience a small taste of zombies. Pre-order Black Ops 7 or subscribe to select Game Pass plans and get early access to
Ouais,
the
voilà,
beta.
ceux qui ont le Game Pass,
Don't
ils peuvent
forget
jouer à la
to
bêta de
preload
Call of Duty Black
starting
Ops 7.
tomorrow. I'm Miles Ross, here now with Stephanie Snowden,
Et c'est ce qu'on fera ce week-end.
Senior Director of Studio Communications, and we are thrilled to be joined by some of the team from Treyarch. Matt Scrontz, Yael Miller, guys, welcome to the Omni Room.
Happy to be here.
Happy to be here.
We are about to see Black Ops 7 gameplay here today. But before we begin, Matt, you
gameplay.
gotta walk us through what was your approach to designing multiplayer for Black Ops 7?
Le multiplayer,
That would take many
design.
hours to really talk through.
Long answer, but
I'll keep it brief. So it really started with that 2035 setting, right? The amazing 2035 setting really allowed the team to get their creative juices flowing. Of course, 10 years after the events of Black Ops 2,
Right.
which means we can really tap into that gold mine that is Black Ops 2, the content. You're going to see a lot of your classic favorites, of course, a ton of brand new content in the beta at Connectez and at launch, but really being able to
J'ai battu
just
le premier
dig
boss
into
à
that
Silent Hill
future
F.
setting.
Il
A
est
lot of
corsé,
fun.
hein, le boss.
now, Yale,
Je vais
we
laisser
introduced
sur la
Omni
série S,
movement
c'est
in
sûrement
Black
Call
Ops
of
6, and that
Ah,
was
ok.
a massive innovation. But you guys
Ouais,
at
le Call
Treyarch
of.
have really continued to
On parle.
refine core movement. What can players expect to feel today and in the beta?
I think, as Matt said, we really started by looking at what would that 2035 operator do. It started looking at different ways we could improve movement. So things like wall jump have been added, and just different ways to attack maps. And then also just looking at everything and really refining and building out the most fluid movement we've ever done. And we really feel that leans into everything that makes Black Ops 7 great.
I cannot wait. And guys, it's now time to jump straight into gameplay. We're wasting no time whatsoever. Thank you so much.
Il y aura
again,
du
fellas, for your time.
live
We'll be back in a
gameplay
moment, but for now, the
également.
first look, live gameplay of Black Ops 7 here at Codnex. Take it away, casters.
Stephanie, dev team, wow, we could not be more thrilled to get Biggs going. I hold shift here with
Multiplayer,
Crazy.
des zombies,
Here's
du
what we're
Warzone et
going
du
to
mobile.
expect. Again, as the devs talking about, we're getting straight into multiplayer. Zombies, Warzone, mobile still to come. But Dream Crazy, we're not waiting, we're not delaying, we're jumping into map number 1.
Definitely. I mean, I cannot wait, Shift, as we have
Et
so
mon
much
CPI à
content today. Map number
5%,
1
c'est
coming
parfait.
in on Blackheart, where the guild is extracting resources, and we see a lot of revolving walls.
Yeah.
That is the one thing with Black Ops 7 that I'm most excited for, is that duality of, right, of just kind of like interior
Allez,
fights
vite
versus
fait, si
exterior
ça
fights with the
va,
wall
ça
jumping with
passe.
the walls.
You want to talk about wall
Attends.
zone? Take a look at the walls of the venue. you. Everything lit up, projections are hot, and we're going to start things off with the king. If you don't know, I was going to say you're about to know, but Scump, not the greatest opening starts. Now, let's talk about weapons and all the UI elements just to kind of start. Blackheart, a map that you're going to be seeing a lot of quick, frenetic action, but the thing that we want to keep an eye out for is what weapons, what field upgrades, what are the things that these pro players, former pro players, major content creators are going to be using today.
Yep, and then Scump, he has a sub in his hand, right? This is the Dravik 45. Black Ops 7 is bringing in 16 new multiplayer weapons, 30 in total, right? But in the beta, this is a weapon that's fast. Obviously, as you can see, Scump, he is slaying out of his mind, but this is an exciting one to see as the duality of the perks. We're going to see a lot, probably tech mask, right? Just kind of just utilizing the stopping stuns.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think, to see, you know, for those that are avid fans of the Call of Duty franchise, you hear the devs talking about how this is a spiritual successor to Black Ops 2, but it's in a reinvented, new, nostalgic way that ties into the old while still building on the new. I think, you know, for those that really enjoyed Omni movement from Black Ops 6, you're going to be able to still feel that thrill, that surge of adrenaline kind of bouncing through the map. But the big thing is this jumping mechanic. And as we start to go from player to player, creator to creator, you're going to see some players have really honed in to what exactly they can do off that wall jumping. And of course, here at Call of Duty Next, our official CPU and GPU partner of Black Ops 7 is AMD. So make sure you check them out if you're looking to improve and optimize your PC at home.
I love that you point that out because, yes, that's the base thing, right? We increased the base speed, and now we're looking at not having tack sprint. So we saw some of these players, right? They're not using dexterity, so you kind of see a little bit more clunkiness coming in the UI here, but dexterity being a very big factor.
Franchement, c'est bon, c'est propre. C'est nickel, franchement.
Perk build-outs, it does feel like this year throws a little bit more weight onto what you're going to do. I know that there's been a lot of conversation surrounding some of the elements in movement, talking about obviously the Omni movement still carrying over from one title to another, the wall jumping, but also keep in mind just the base level at which you sprint at. We'll talk more about that throughout the day, and we'll get a couple of in-hand looks to kind of see what that looks like, the tack sprint versus not really having that in this game. But I will tell you, when we had a chance to play just a couple of maps yesterday, the game feels really smooth and really consistent, still building on the core elements that we were seeing from last year.
The M8A1, a gun that we have seen consistent. I was getting murked with this one as it is at Symphony's using it quite well, a two-burst weapon, but this being very, very powerful. We'll see a lot of players probably using this, and as you can see, Corsair, right? Prepare for battle, official gaming hardware and peripheral partner of Call of Duty. So Corsair, so much Call of Duty Next.
It's absolutely the case. And I will say the Peacekeeper, another weapon that a lot of people were curious to see in terms of that kind of more main style AR. Is it going to provide, you know, an AR title this year? And I will say, watching some of the players that are in the CDL and those long-standing content creators, whether they have competitive experience or just a lot of in-game experience, watching them use that Peacekeeper has been really, really enlightening. I think it's really got a level of balance built in with the draft that you were talking about. The SMG versus AR feels very neutral right now. So, well, if you're looking for an honest take, don't go much further than Legion stream. He'll give you every emotion, reaction, and feeling he's got.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I mean, reaction time, right? You have to be fast when it comes to some of these. I love the perks, right? The hybrid perks, some of the specialties that you can equip, as we saw Legion using that. But look at Aiden utilizing, diving around the drill for Blackheart. That's what we were talking about, the grinder pit. You have to jump over or diving bell to take flanks, right? So that's an area that you have to be careful with.
Exactly the case. EWC champion in Warzone. But as you see it, again, you saw him bouncing from wall to wall to wall. You're going to need to get yourself a level up on the opponents that you're going to be facing in the beta. So go ahead and head over to Scump, gear up for Call of Duty, the official controller for Call of Duty. Get those back buttons going. Make sure you can bounce freely. Get those stead slides out of the way and make sure that you're moving like the best of them.
Moving like the best of us. Oh, the best. You don't want to die like the rest. Aiden utilizing that wall jump feature. Oh, gosh, bounce. And even utilize that to even like jumping over situations. But look at how quick Aiden is moving. And in typical COD fashion, we love to see maps like this kind of catering to pub and comp players, right? Yeah. You're going to see a blend of everything.
And we're going to talk a lot about the map design and hear specifically from the designers themselves later in the show. But I think one of the things that old school Call of Duty players are going to recognize nearly immediately is the reinstitution of a lot more of that traditional kind of 3-lane style map. This one in particular is exactly that. It feels, you know, in a way that you can get from lane to lane very quickly. It's got a nice central area, a couple of decent POIs where you find a lot of the engagements that you're going to get. And like you mentioned, it's not small, it's not large, it's just that perfect little middle ground of building in that balance of finding good engagements, at the same time still being able to feel like you can finesse your life and extend possible score streaks like we're seeing here for Anna.
In Call of Duty history, the maps is the most important thing, and I think for these players, they're looking at that. Like, do we see 3 lanes? Like, you know, do we see kind of like height advantages, disadvantages, and well, even just kind of the central drill area. There's a lot of fights that do take place that are close range in here, and yeah, something like the Peacekeeper.
Tu vas la faire la bêta, DJ?
Medium to long range fights, but also close range. Peacekeeper's a good one, and the Dravic has been a sub that we've been seeing quite often. FIFA just dropped.
This is quite the lobby right here. Legion, Swag on the other side, getting FIFA down, but you know that FIFA is...
Ouais, c'est très nerveux, hein. C'est dingue.
And that's the other thing, and you'll notice as we start to see the gameplay more, I really want you guys at home to lock into it. 3 jumps is about as much as you're going to be able to pull off, but it does decay over time. That first jump feels like you're on a pogo stick. The second one feels like you're just on a little bit of a grab boot type situation, but the third one does kind of sit, you know, in this world of, okay, you kind of fall out of the sky. But that's map number 1 for the most part. Stephanie going to kind of finish off on her lobby here. And I will say, I think as you've seen so far, our show is really dynamic. And this year, it takes place in quite the exciting venue. And to tell us more, we've got Lottie down on the floor.
That's right, Shift. We have 250 creators joining us live in Las Vegas in this massive projection-based room. Now, of course, they're going to be streaming their individual POVs on Black Ops 7, so you can go to their streams, catch their POVs, see what they're up to on the game. But now, we had so many epic creators that we wanted to bring to Las Vegas, we needed a second projection-based room. And I have my very good friend, Chris Puckett, over there right now. What's it like on your end of the pond?
Lottie, this is an international fiesta in this room. Let me tell you, the LATAM crew, they are sniping heads. I got Portuguese being yelled at here by 9X. The Brazilians are going crazy. But I gotta say, this venue, this thing is nuts. After the show, we're gonna be renting this out for the Code Bowl because everyone knows the Call of Duty Endowment Bowl number 6 presented by USAA is airing right after this show.
You know what, Chris, I love Code Bowl, and I've got to say, you guys at home, you're lucky because you get to watch the US, UK, and Canadian military esports teams duke it out with your favorite creators dropping into Verdansk, and of course, to get their hands on that coveted Code Bowl trophy. And of course, they're giving away Call of Duty Black Ops 7 beta codes and Black Ops 6 in-game rewards, revealing the Endowment's new pack in Black Ops 7, all while helping veterans find high-quality jobs. Now, we have to ask you, Puckett, and put you on the spot. What team are you rooting for this year?
I mean, it's Black Ops 7. We're in the future. It's a no-brainer. I'm going Space Force. They already launched 1 trophy into the atmosphere. Let's get another one. Let's get 2 satellites up there. What do we think?
All right. I'm liking what I'm hearing here, Puckett. We'll have to see. Cross your fingers for the space team. But we're going to head back into some more Black Ops 7 action. Enjoy, folks.
Lottie, Chris, thank you so much as we jump back into Blackheart and back on board with T-Dog. He's feeling himself. I talked to him a little bit yesterday after they did their tech chest, and he's just like, brother, I don't know what it is about this game, but I feel like I'm him.
Yeah, like it's so smooth, right? And I mean, you can see him displaying that. But one thing that I think we really need to highlight is the overclock feature, right? We get this extra overclock feature, which basically allows you to upgrade your equipment. So, like, you have a stim shot, right? You can overclock that and essentially make it last longer or debuff, you know, anything that comes your way. So it's pretty cool that we have that feature in buffed equipment.
We'll point, you know, your attention to it as we go because, yeah, the field upgrade is really interesting this year. We're bringing back things like active camo. Of course, trophy systems are still in place, which I know a lot of players that are looking to play more of that competitive style are going to really enjoy the fact that the overclock gives you more deletion of it coming utility. We'll see some camo play, I'm sure, come through. You also have things like drone towers that are going to be placed. It's just a lot of extra flair that I think that is building upon on, again, some of the core successes that we saw for Black Ops 6. And how about this? One of the score streaks, the Gravekeeper in play, or Gravemaker, pardon you. You can see through walls with this thing and actually still shoot through them. So cold-blooded might be important for some of our perk masteries this year.
Oh yeah, the perk masteries and all the combinations that you can utilize, but that is so amazing to see that in action for the first time really here at Call of Duty Next. Big Cartier kind of just going around this drill yet again. This is devastating. You don't want to fall off that ledge, but Alan, I'd love that you point that out. Only 3 boosts essentially-ish that you can utilize, but still going on with that stim and slaying out here around the diving bell side.
Clean.
Ooh, can we keep it going?
Let me see another one of those Gravemakers come on board. Let's stick here, Ops team, because we're seeing some gameplay right now. And I'll tell you, we're going to see some pop-off moments with the movement and almost a moment right there. Again, just a little jump, and then you find yourself near a wall. You can essentially boost yourself a little bit higher. Really awesome to see that level of elevation be added into the mix.
That's not his dog, but you don't want to pet that dog. Oh my gosh. So with that too, kind of like some of the hybrid perks, right? Support, offensive, you can gain bonus streaks. So maybe in pubs you want to do that.
Indeed the case. So that completes our first instance of Blackheart. Up next, a deep dive on all things new Black Ops 7 map regarding. But we'll be right back. More Call of Duty coming up after the break.
Oh, les mecs, ils ont des PC truc de fou.
AMD, the official CPU and
AMD.
GPU partner of Black Ops 7. Share the wins.
Elgato,
the official streaming partner of Call of Duty. Herman Miller. Check out the latest Embody gaming colorways at hermanmiller.com.
Okay.
Xfinity customers get early access to the Black Ops 7 open beta. Visit xfinity.com/rewards to claim your code today. You're invited to the Little Caesars Call of Duty Challenge. Open the Little Caesars app, accept and complete the challenge.
Ils auraient pu dire la config, ouais. Moi ça va arriver je pense, hein. Ils vont le dire après. Enfin, les journalistes ils vont relire en fait, je pense.
In a 1-hour epic Call of Duty battle. Complete the Little Caesars Call of Duty Challenge today. Welcome back. We are very excited to talk more Black Ops 7 multiplayer. We are joined by more of the Treyarch team. Miles Leslie, Associate Creative Director, and Brittany Perello, Senior Producer. Guys, welcome to the Omni Room.
We made it. Let's go.
Now, we just had our very first look at one of our multiplayer maps in action. That was Blackheart. But Brittany, that's just a taste. So what can we expect on launch maps?
Yeah, we've got maps. We've got 18 maps at launch. 16 are 6v6 maps. Out of that, 13 are brand new, and we've got 3 Black Ops 2 returning favorites. We've also got 2 skirmish maps for our 20v20 mode that take place in Avalon. It's really in a variety of sizes, leaning more medium, but we'll have some of those fast frenetic drops in here too.
Awesome. What a map portfolio for launch. Now let's take a closer look at these launch maps.
Yeah, we got Colossus here. So this is a BO2 callback. It's falling into the ocean. This map is super fun, looks amazing. Next is Den, Japanese castle that's been taken over by 2035 technology. Also,
Japon, il est très à la mode cette année.
And of course, we've got Express, one of our favorites. Watch out for that train. We're now in Japan, so it's looking really cool. Hijacked, another one now set in the Tokyo Bay. Fast, frenetic, classic.
And Homestead is David Mason's childhood home, which is awesome. We could bring it back really cool way. Really fun map under the Aurora Borealis in Alaska. It looks amazing. It's got some technology there that's kind of smashing into it, really fun. Paranoia, this map's amazing. You talk about Black Ops, we're leaning into the mind bending. We're in David Mason's mind. And you need to escape the nightmare here, which is a lot of fun. Looks great, plays super frenetic and fun.
And we got Raid. It's beautiful now.
Yes, we do.
Ouais, non, c'est une maison, une villa, quelque chose comme ça, ouais, au Japon.
So excited.
This one's a lot of fun retrieval. You're in the Alaskan wilderness, and actually if you run through the snow, you leave behind footprints. So it's pretty cool to try attract some players through that.
That's right. And Scar's next, and this is another Alaskan town, but we've kind of smashed it where this town's been taken over by technology. Collateral damage. Flagship is an awesome, another callback. USS Obama from BO2 now being decommissioned. Fight through it. Sparks are falling on you. Robots around you. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of variety too, but with beta this week, you know, we need to take a look at what we're playing. We need the tips from you guys, so let's take a look at the maps coming to beta.
Yeah, we've got 6
La bêta
multiplayer
maps.
maps available in the beta. All that you're going to be seeing
Ok, il y aura
today.
1,
We're
2,
seeing the
3,
best of the best
4, 5, 6.
Yeah, it's really exciting. The first up is Cortex. So,
Il y aura 6 maps de
human
disponibles.
testing site.
Ouais, c'est varié.
People in tubes are going to fight around, use it as cover. Very frenetic.
T'aimes bien
very
Call of, toi,
fun.
DJ?
Lots of cool Overwatches, my side versus your side gameplay there. Blackheart, which you've
Blackheart.
seen, of course, this Avalon offshore oil rig, ties to the campaign. It's got a rotating center and some really unique wall jump opportunities.
Careful
We've
with the
got
wall
the
jump.
Forge here. We've R&D facility, cutting edge technology on display, and you've got some cool dynamic cover in the middle here. Exposure set in Australia. We've got some really vibrant colors, some cool wall jump opportunities up in that rotating container. Get some cool power positions right in the middle there.
Imprint is a 3D printing facility that's actually making technology of war. You get to step through the whole process as you're doing it, and it's got a moving platform in the center of the map.
And you've got Toshin. It's gorgeous, vibrant colors here right in urban Tokyo, and you got that crash site in the center, some really cool jumping.
Ah, t'es comme moi, tu vas l'essayer quand même.
Really awesome landmarks.
Pretty awesome landmarks. Everything looks fantastic. The color palettes, everything.
Got all the landmarks.
We've got all the landmarks, and I've played a few, and they are very, very fun indeed. Beautiful stuff. Let's talk about how they play, though. I mean, how did you guys come to, the approach for designing these maps?
Yeah, so we've got our classic 3-lane design style for Treyarch, clear definition, good path clarity, and really controlling those lines.
Ah,
of
on est
sight.
au map,
You can
au
also see
design
all
du
of
ma-
those
de la map.
spaces crafted for wall jump. You can get to traverse places faster without mantling, getting some really cool power positions. And there's a few must jumps that we use sparingly, but you
A
can-
must jump, you say?
a must jump. But we really wanted to make it look like anything that feels like you can jump on it, you
Yeah.
can. So have some fun.
Totally intuitive.
Yeah, and I've worked on every single Black Ops, and when you
Faut
talk
bien
about
faire
the
les
classic
vues.
feel, like Brittany talked about, these maps have it across the board.
Ah
Of
non,
course,
tu
the
me fais
rain's something
marrer.
to do with Black Ops 7, but for me, an old timer, there's a lot to love.
Yeah.
T'as retenu ce que j'ai dit
They
tout à
stay
l'heure.
right next to the classic maps as well. So Raid, forget Raid. You got some new maps now. No, I'm just kidding. We love Raid, we love Raid. But we got some new ones now.
I also know, you said it before, but the landmarks, like, I know Brittany is a shot caller,
Bah,
so
écoute,
I
on
know
fait ce
those
qu'on
call
peut,
outs
hein,
are going to
hein.
be on point in these
Always.
maps. But Miles, visually, we have a ton of variety in terms of settings, in terms of looks. How did you guys think about that?
Yeah, for us at the portfolio level, we wanted to make sure we had that variety. That's what Black Ops is. You're globe trotting, you're going everywhere. We're in Avalon, we're in Alaska, we're going to Japan, deep into it. We're going into the mind. Only the things Black Ops could do, we're delivering that. Lots of unique gameplay, as you saw, lots of unique visuals, and all the landmarks.
And we got more gameplay to get to.
Étonnant,
Answers over
Smokey
you.
Polo.
Thank you, Stephanie. Appreciate it. Shift back with Dream Crazy again. And as you see behind us, everyone's locked in. We couldn't even bother to try to talk to anybody. They're all locked into their streams, ready to go. And we're going to take a look at our second map here coming up. The
Ça reste du
Forge. As you
gameplay,
heard,
donc je
brings
reste
the
dans le
design
thème
base,
de
but
machin.
the
Ouais, bah ouais.
interesting thing about it is that
C'est pas faux.
dynamic center. The walls rotating around and pivoting, making that a very interesting battleground as we raise up into the Forge.
C'est
The
pas faux.
Forge, and also too, two wings connected by covered hallways. It's just a lot of variety built on the harbor in Japan, and yeah, love to see a bright and colorful map hold shift. But those walls again for every single map, it's not too much, right? But just a little like center point where it just can change the the situation. when it's on.
Yeah, absolutely the case. Well, we'll take a look at it. This is another one of those maps, and Brittany had talked about this.
C'est moi, on a entendu français derrière. Ou c'est moi? T'avais dit 7h30, 8h. Ouais, mais bon, vu que j'ai vu que la conférence a duré je sais pas combien de temps, je me suis dit je vais lancer un peu avant. Bon, c'est pas grave.
really does make that elevation and that high ground battle a little bit more, I would say, feasible for those that find themselves on the low ground battling against it.
I love that you say that, because it really just tests the player to, like, you know, kind of, you know, do you want to cover, you know, cover versus mobility type of mindset, right? Moving around this map, though.
Non, il y a des joueurs français. Ouais, c'est ce qui me semblait. J'ai entendu des voix françaises derrière.
AR players, for these height advantages, for those power positions, it's really useful to climb up in those high ground, you know, and hit the high ground and slap it down on the map.
I think the other thing that's really interesting, and I did see kind of looking over
Ah non, c'est pas moi, ouais, je
yesterday
sais.
when he was doing his test, you see a couple of spots
J'ai
where
entendu
you
dans le
have,
casque.
like, this natural built-in heady, as we call it, where you get like that competitive edge where you're just barely over a piece of that center kind of obstacle terrain. But your ability to bounce kind of eliminates the power position of the low ground, kind of medium ground headies, because you can just bounce up over, get a better look at the player behind that cover, and actually take an advantageous gunfight. So it's, again, just really interesting to see some of our more experienced players try to utilize that mechanic to make fights that feel, you know, inadvantageous a little bit more neutral.
Là, c'est quand du multijoueur. On est d'accord.
Samir too, utilizing the Scout Pulse. Scout Pulse got a little information there, but hey, shout out to Elgato, share the wins, the official creator gear for Call of Duty.
Oh, le cri derrière.
For supplying us with all of your gear.
And this is one map I will say you kind of see a couple of players will, you know, re-identify the use.
Là, ils sont en train de jouer derrière, les mecs.
Something that the devs have really kind of put a lot of focus in.
C'est les cris, on les entend là.
We saw a lot of more in like Black Ops 4, things of that nature, where you don't just get those single doors that you have to pop and burst open. Now you've got these more automatic style doors that you can shoot, create a longer line of sight than you may normally expect by looking at the different central point of interests. And that's another one of those things that, again, you continue to build on what's been there and where the game continues to mold and morph as we move forward.
The doors, that was quite, you know, annoying bashing through it. So yes, it automatically kind of opening up for you as you walk upon them. But here on the fort, you're going up top, you see Samir kind of controlling this lobby observation area, but being very comfortable, full streak out, and also just kind of flying around the map with these specialists. We'd love to see him. He's utilizing the Enforcer specialist, just allowing extra health regen and also movement speed.
Another thing that, you know, kind of I want to just turn your attention to as an audience member, those that are, you know, more familiar and kind of got Omni movement underneath their belt a little bit faster, you'll notice that there is a bit of that buttery slide movement that I was about to say, like we're used to seeing it from just a static jump.
Ah,
into
de
slide.
pire.
You can get that same momentum
Merci pour le
off
pouce.
a wall jump. So, you know, that's another opportunity to kind of build on the movement that's already existed. And if you're looking to dominate every game, make sure you check out Origin, the official gaming PC and gaming laptop for Call of Duty. Whether you're at home or on the road, check out Origin to keep yourself in there, gaming, grinding, gunning.
You know, he's not even using his streaks. He just wants to, at this point, maybe get a nuke. Samir, you know, he's a competitor, plays in World Series and Warzone. Look at him now, just continuing on, going. And you can see, too, every kill he gets on the right-hand side, quick regen, tech, sprint speed, movement speed. Getting those indicators, letting him know he still has his perks.
Yeah, it's just another one of those things, too, that
très
the
nerveux.
indication of, like, the UI, it continues to grow. I noticed this yesterday. You know, you start to see, like, the who is targeting you, who did damage to you. A little bit of a boost now because you also see what you've been affected by, whether it's a UAV or a recon pulse. It's just really cool. There's no shortage of information on the game. So whether you're somebody who has experienced a Call of Duty or looking to jump back into it or play it for the first time, you're never really amiss from knowing what's happening on the map. Almost a turn on for Samir, which would have gotten SFG players across the world giddy, but not quite there. And he'll jump back over to the M8, try to get that burst weapon online.
That's where maybe how do you take him down? Someone who has Enforcer, maybe that, and I love that you mentioned that Call of Duty is so good for like countering, you know, streaks, perks, countering equipment, and we love to see that. So maybe utilizing for if you're the enemy team, right? Like maybe recon, right? You can see when you spawn up, you can see you know, the direction of where players are coming from.
Yep.
Utilizing other perks, classes to counter a player like this that you just literally flying around the map.
Well, we got a little bit of a comeback effort here from Amir's team. Up and over, another look at how you can utilize the movement to break cameras and give yourself an advantage in a gunfight you might not expect. And Amir's happy to exclaim about that feeling. Difficult battle again in that modular middle center as we take a look at Drop, another partner of Call of Duty Next. Customize your typing, the official keycaps for Call of Duty. If you're looking to customize your keyboard, look no further than Drop.
All right. Affected by tracker, ADS auto ping. So you can kind of see, again, a little bit more of that recon being able to stop Samir here. But, of course, domination, a typical mode that we've seen in Call of Duty for so long. Getting displayed here on the Forge, as this is a really fun map. Just again, kind of utilizing rotating cover, wing-to-wing transitions is what we see Samir doing. A lot of that cover versus mobility.
Yeah.
He's really utilizing mobility.
100%. Yeah, this is an interesting map, I think, again, just to kind of highlight and showcase. Whoa!
Whoa!
What's happening over here? Whoa, we can't, no.
Hey.
Whoa!
This is not tactical play here.
No, okay, there it is. We'll finish off on the body shield, still a part of Call of Duty. I know that was one of those things that we saw a lot of comedy in as it was incepted the last couple of years. And Amir is happy to say, shut your mouth. I'm at the top of the leaderboard. The game's looking incredible. Players are loving it, but let's take a look to see exactly how much the players are liking as we throw things down to Lottie from a From the Seat player check-in brought to you by Herman Miller.
Thank you so much, Shift. Hello, Zin. I know I'm totally interfering with your gameplay here on Black Ops 7. I have to ask you, though, early days, all right, coming into COD Next, I have to ask, what is your favorite map so far?
Favorite map? Probably Toshin. I like the Japanese vibe. I haven't been to Japan yet, so it's the closest thing I got. And so far, it's very, very vibrant. All the maps are very vibrant, which I think is very good. They're a ton of fun. But Toshin, I think, is my favorite right now.
All right, love to hear that. Now, we have a room filled with epic creators, of course, one being yourself. But if you had to 1v1 everyone in this room, are you coming out on top?
Who would I play, or
would you come out on top if you 1v1 everyone in this room?
Yeah, it's a guarantee. Hex might be difficult, Duke Dennis might be difficult, but everyone else I think I can handle.
All right, and who would your hardest competition be in this room?
Hardest competition in this room? Probably Hitch.
Il sera combien dedans?
Probably.
Really? He's got the gunny like that?
Probably Hitch.
That's not a friendship thing.
Sorry?
That's not a friendship thing, huh?
No, not at all.
Okay, not at all. And how?
Really good.
He's just really good. I'd love to hear that. How are you finding Black Ops 7 so far? Are you loving it?
Yeah, I am loving it. I'm not sure what we're allowed to say, but they showed us a lot of cool stuff that I think everyone should be really excited for. Like for me, maps is the most important, and so far I'm loving what I'm seeing. The M8's a ton of fun to use, right? Very nostalgic, and I feel like it's actually very well balanced. SMGs are fun. I love the wall bounce too. It adds for some, playing against Shotzi might be a little difficult, but it's fun.
Zin, thank you so much. You're such a good sport. Back to the game, back to the lab. Thank you very much, Zin. That has been your From the Seat player check-in brought to you by Herman Miller.
Lottie, thanks so much. Zinni doing maybe a little bit of, a little green wall service right there. But it does look like they're enjoying the game. And I will say, again, talking to players of all sorts and kinds, they are really, really loving it. And by the way, every single player here at COD Next are currently sitting, or should I say lounging, in Herman Miller chairs. Herman Miller is proud to be the official chair partner of Call of Duty.
Il y a beaucoup de choses, hein.
Ellen, you got more about the
Il y a beaucoup de choses.
I mean, yes, you
le fauteuil.
can enter for a chance to win custom
Le fauteuil.
chairs by entering the sweepstakes on the official Call of Duty X account and using the hashtags on your screen. Go get yourself into one of them. They are comfortable. But we're going to go to a short break. But when we return, more Black Ops 7 action.
Change your game. Scuff Gaming, the official controller partner of Call of Duty.
Ok, ça c'est des partenaires.
Hamilton and Call of Duty team up for a special edition Khaki Field Auto Watch. Get yours on November 14th. Customize your typing. Drop, the official keycap partner of Call of Duty. Unleash the beast with Monster Energy, the official energy drink of Call of Duty. I'm here with Paolo, senior game designer here at Treyarch. So we're going to be talking about weapons today. I don't know where we even start. What have you got in store this year for us with Black Ops 7?
The big focus for us this year is just weapon variety. Most of them
les
are
armes,
brand
là.
new to the franchise, which is really exciting. And we've been able to pack a ton of unique gameplay into our launch portfolio because of that. I think like one great example would be a new shotgun. It's called the M10 Breacher. It's
Okay.
a pump action, but it's got a twist. If you hold down the trigger, you'll charge it up, reduce its spread, and then can fire and release and land some of those mid-range shots with a little bit more accuracy. And then obviously heard a lot about classic Black Ops 2 weapons returning. Peacekeeper and M8A1 I think are
Le
two great
Peacekeeper.
examples of our weapon goals. The Peacekeeper blurs the lines between AR and SMG, and the M8A1 obviously has its 4-round burst. Still extremely lethal, I will say. And now with Gunsmith, you can kind of build it in different ways too, which is really exciting.
It sounds like there is a lot of variety, and variety seems to be this word that we keep coming back to with Black Ops 7.
Variety is a big focus for us, and the 2035 setting has really helped us kind of push the gameplay in a lot of creative and unique ways. And obviously the weapons look amazing as well. You know, the aesthetic is really this cool marriage of sleek and tech, but still grounded. You know, the way we balance weapons, we've been able to kind of push the characteristics of each weapon to further extremes and still find creative ways to balance that, keep them in check.
Can we talk about Gunsmith? Are there any big changes there?
We've seen a lot of feedback from players that they want more build variety, and we're targeting that in a few different ways. At the core, though, we're making sure that you can modify some of the key stats that people really care about across multiple attachment slots. Or if you are more interested in just a good balanced build, there's going to be different ways of achieving that.
That's the game now. What can we expect post-launch?
We want to keep this momentum going into post-launch. So on the weapons front, more iconic, classic Black Ops 2 weapons returning, but a lot of attention into bringing more brand new weapons to the franchise as well. On the attachment side, we're really excited for the return of attachment rewards and weekly challenges. And most of those are going to be for a specific weapon. They're gonna totally change the way you play with that weapon, sometimes in absolutely wild ways that no one I think will expect. But then we're also making sure to bring global attachments each season that are going to be able to go on most, if not all, weapons in the game.
Pablo, there seems to be a lot to get through once we get our hands on BO7. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Yeah, let's dive in.
Can't wait. But for now, it's back to next.
Thank you, Miles. That was Pablo Ortiz talking weapons. As we just saw, there are so many ways to customize your playstyle in Black Ops 7. We're back with Matt and Yale, but guys, hold on. We've talked weapons, but let's take a look for ourselves.
Pablo already walked us through some of these weapons, but Yale, we're in the
Voilà,
armory
c'est
now.
encore les armes.
What are you most
Il y a
looking forward
toutes
to playing with?
différentes sortes
There's so many
d'armes.
great guns, but for me, probably the Dravik 45.
That's mine. That's my pick.
We had a bunch of pros out, and they all played, and they definitely gravitated towards that one.
Yeah.
And it kind of validated one of my favorite weapons. The M10 Breacher is awesome if you're rolling shotguns.
Ça y est, des drones, il y
Also
a,
just the weapon prestige
il y a tout.
system, all the attachment stuff that we're doing, prestige attachments, just so many ways to customize. It's great.
Yeah, and speaking of what's coming to beta, Matt, let's talk about Overclock. This is a massive innovation coming to multiplayer in Black Ops 7. How's it all going to work?
So overclocks we're very excited about, and it really all came back to how do we let players tailor towards their playstyle a bit more, give them more agency. So with overclocks, every piece of content throughout lethals, tacticals, field upgrades,
Yeah,
and score
complet, hein.
streaks, you will eventually
jeu,
unlock 2
il a l'air
overclocks.
très complet.
Those are modifications to those things, which you can then apply one of those overclocks of your choosing. It adds a ton of depth to your loadout, and that's what we're really trying to do in Black Ops 7.
Yeah, like bonuses, getting those bonuses.
Bonuses,
on
yeah, stat bonuses,
customization.
functionality changes.
Espérons qu'il n'y aura pas des
Some of them are
cosmétiques à la...
crazy
Ouais, ça, ah
and
bah
awesome,
ça...
and I cannot wait to use them.
I can't wait either. Yeah.
Normalement, je crois que j'avais fait une news comme quoi il y en avait moins dans
One of the
celui-ci.
overclocks, it just makes it slightly more tactical to use, and then the Rhino's awesome.
Parce
Like,
que les
it's
gens,
a
ils
beast, and
ils
Even the
s'étaient plaints en
stimmy.
fait.
Yeah, like even
À
things,
ce
you know,
niveau-là.
maybe undersung, you get to that extra
little ways to
extra
tweak them.
buff.
It's just nice that it's everywhere. Experience really matters, and you unlock.
It feels like every single thing I'm playing with in this game has almost got its own progression system. It's so impressive, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to play with camo, with smoke grenades. They've got different versions now, and of course, all the streaks. It's so fun.
Matt, do you have a favorite overclock?
I don't have a single favorite. Yale just mentioned the stem. You mentioned the stem. It is fun because you get to go back to kind of some familiar stuff. If I had to pick one, it's got to be the dog.
Of course.
And when he's on my team, he is a very good boy.
If he's not on your team,
he's a bad boy.
He's actually
What?
I have a little
Where's he
bit of
going?
a surprise for you.
But you never said you were on the
Because
streets.
we have a visitor.
Spawn's flipped, and he's back.
He's fortunately he's on our team, so he's being a very good boy right now.
Which overclock does he? Oh, okay. He's got the sentry mode overclock, so he's gonna hunker down a little bit.
And we did confirm.
Oh, le petit robot.
To reenact the MP trailer.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you. To be able to pet the dog, you have to have the sentry mode overclock.
On dirait un robot chien.
You've unlocked that one, and you've applied it.
Mais celui-là, il est armé par contre.
Boy, what is it? Are they capturing B?
Down by the railroad tracks?
They're capturing B down by the railroad.
Go get him!
Go get him, boy!
Go get him! Go get him!
Go get him, boy! Go keep my spree going.
Oh my gosh,
we love him.
He's been the star of the show at Next, but I will say he runs quickly, and so be prepared for that if you have one coming after you.
DAWG.
Yes.
Dog. Don't get it wrong.
Dog.
It's a dog.
Something we're also really
excited
about is the specialist wild card. Now, this is not going to be in beta, but it is in at launch. Tell us about it.
So it's the first time a Black Ops game has ever had specialist. It is a wild card because it is a Black Ops game. We love our wild cards.
Yeah, we do.
So if you give up your score streaks, which some of us, I know we've talked, Stephanie, you have some difficulties attaining score streaks sometimes.
Don't you?
You said it. Your words, not mine. But
There's
if you are one of those,
that, okay?
Yeah, there are perks for that. So if you take the wild card, you will be able to pick 3 additional perks. So for a total of 6, you earn those 3 additional ones at 200, 400, and 600 score. And then if you are good enough, which we all are, at 1200 score, at 1200 score, you will earn all of the perks in the game, except for tac sprint. We got some feedback. We've heard a lot of feedback already. We're quick to adjust. So you
bah là, il parle des customisations.
Awesome.
Et des innovations.
Real super soldier vibes.
Gonna be very fun.
I can't wait. Well, also last week I got to stop by Treyarch and get all the intel on some of the innovations coming to player customization. Let's take a look. I'm here with Alvin, lead game designer at Treyarch here on Black Ops 7. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
I'm excited to get my hands on the game. I'm very excited to see how I can customize my playstyle, which feels like more than ever in Black Ops 7. But the number one change I'm most interested in is the overclock system. Can you explain the philosophy behind that?
It's all about adding more interesting choices and meaningful choices that adjust gameplay. So overclocks are upgrades that you can unlock over time as you use a piece of equipment or a field upgrade or a score streak. Eventually you'll unlock 2, and then you can choose one of them to equip. So it gives you options, maybe based on a mode you want to use this, but based on a different mode you want to use that. One of my favorite examples is the new dog score streak. Has an overclock that adds a central feature, which turns it into this really powerful turret.
Another change that's been made. So Black Ops 6, we had the combat specialties, which was equipping 3 perks of the same type gives me a bonus, which was great. I had a lot of fun. How is that changing in Black Ops 7?
We really wanted to expand on that system in Black Ops 7. You know, players seem to like the system, but maybe felt it was a little bit too limiting. And so with hybrid combat specialties in Black Ops 7, you can experiment with playstyles, and you can mix and match. So as an example, say you like offensive and stealth perks. Now you can equip any mixture of those. Boom, you're going to get a cool new hybrid bonus tied to those things.
Staying on perks, there is a big addition to the game for the first time in Black Ops history, the Specialist Wildcard. What is the Specialist Wildcard?
We were just talking about perks. We got a lot of cool new perks. Why not let players play with all of them? And what this lets you do is earn extra perks instead of your score streak. So you equip this to your loadout, you add more perks, and then you earn those on score.
Ah, par contre, dans le live de Call of, ils ont pas l'air contents, les mecs. Je sais pas pourquoi. Mais il y en a, ils ont pas l'air contents.
I'm gonna go deep in that beta. I cannot wait, mate.
Really exciting. See you in the beta.
Thanks, Alvin. Back to the guys at Next.
Shift back with Dream Crazy. So awesome to hear what's new for loadouts, whether you're looking at it from a level of perks, weapons, specialists, utility. Everyone feels like there's a level of customizing it to your playstyle.
Yeah, there's so much to look at, Shift. I just can't wait to get my hands on it, but just kind of just having that ability to use the overclock feature to extend the life of some of the streaks. And of course, looking at all of this on these beautiful maps in this interactive space here, coming up on Hardpoint on Toshin. Method said it was his favorite map ship, so let's see if he's gonna pop up on this one. But those ARs, they've been pretty dominant here today.
I know all you ranked Warriors CDL fans just inched a little bit further forward in your seat to see how exactly Hardpoint will play. And we're taking a look at least at Arctic Gamer for right now, and their team is dominating, so he's just going to hang out.
La map là, on l'a pas vite là. On l'a pas encore vu.
So with this, I will say, I played Toshin yesterday on this mode particularly, and just, you know, I got to get into my little CDL roots right here. I think this map is going to be viable. It feels super awesome. The points are dynamic. They feel like they're really balanced in terms of location, position, how you spawn around them, how spawns move. Everything feels really, really solid. I'm glad we're getting our first taste of Hardpoint on this map.
And on Toshin too, we saw a little bit of VS Recon there, a little sniper play coming into action, which is a very, very, you know, feasible weapon here. But around the alleyway, Aiden does get sniped by one. And well, I love this map on Toshin. It's a lot of mixed spacing that we see here too.
Yeah, and I think it's just, again, how you utilize some of these high ground positions, watching over Hardpoints. This is P1 right here. You do have those windows that are on the other side. It feels like a power position, but the thing about it is you can bounce off that destroyed train, still get a look into that location, and try to at least battle up against it. So it doesn't feel as dominant as other high ground positions had in the past. I think there's also just a really good balance and design of talking high ground to high ground. It just, everything feels very level and neutral when it comes down to how power positions would normally feel versus what we're getting in this game, thanks to how the Omni movement can be combined with the wall jumping.
Yes, in the park and like market areas, you see those windows which do promote a lot of you know, upper level fights, and then, you know, lower level, still you can have submachine guns go at it on the ground level. So those ARs, as you'd mentioned, getting set up into those power positions. We see Aiding kind of cleaning up the rest of this hill time. He does fall to the Scout Pulse, I want to point that out. You know, you could basically use that as an advanced UAV if you overclock it twice.
Yeah, that's the other fun thing about it, you know, just kind of hearing the inside information about it, but seeing it in application is different. You know, the overclock system is going to allow for players to really customize their experience, not just in how they build their loadout, but how it affects your team and just the lobby in general. As you're seeing, the UAV reveals are coming through right now for Aiden with a Rhino in play. So in terms of a possible comeback, this is looking pretty decent, going from 1 to 2 pretty smoothly and having an idea of where the spawns are going to be. Aiden's just locking down the OBJ.
Well, Herman Miller Gaming is proud to be the official chair partner of Call of Duty Next. Shout out to Herman Miller for supporting us and definitely keeping us locked in here during Next.
Chairs are elite. I mean, absolutely elite.
Important.
No bias. But yeah, you know, I think the other thing that we talked about a lot, you know, with the players yesterday, the creators yesterday, with how different the maps look aesthetically, there is still this innate ability to very visibly see your opponents. You know, I was talking to Brittany quite a bit, one of the level designers, about the map design philosophy and kind of experiencing a futuristic or near futuristic atmosphere while still trying to make it feel immersive. And she was very specific in talking about, we want to be able to really see the different sight lines that a player can have. We don't want to really clutter things with too much high ground, too many windows, too much stuff that's on the ground around you. Enough to make it feel dynamic and that you have options in terms of what you play through, but not too much to where you feel like you can't see your opponents, as Aiden is tracking everything right now.
But those, I love that you point that out, because the derailment structures, right, as Aiden was shooting at an opponent, you could see those broken structures really do work as vantage points for cover. So Brittany, yeah, it's a great job at just kind of like mixing the two, and with the vertical sight, the vantage points all around these alleyways. There's just so many ways you can cover too, as well as those open mixed areas.
Yeah, I think that the other thing is, you know, a lot of these maps, when we look at 3-lane based maps, which again, there is an inspiration towards a lot of this. And as we get equipped for precision, Hamilton is entering the Call of Duty franchise space, the special edition khaki field automatic. I will say we had some time to talk to the Hamilton representatives, and wow, it's cool. I actually have the watch on right now that was used in Interstellar, the Murph watch. Very cool. So make sure you check out Hamilton for that limited edition if you're looking to up your wrist game. But getting back to the point, you know, again, you've got these central POIs, especially in a map like Hardpoint. You see those interest points immediately, but how you connect between the lanes feels really smooth, really fluid, and again, doesn't feel like you're held back by trying to take these tight routes to get from place to place, which I love.
And it feels like each map is like that, right? We saw Deus Samir doing that on
Mais
the
le 5 octobre à 19h jusqu'à 8-19.
Ah,
ok. Mais je vais le marquer pour pas l'oublier parce que sinon, avec ma mémoire d'éléphant.
Very fast, and MZ, a reputable sniper by far for so long in the community. She's working it really well with these one-shot, one-kills.
Looking clean, now off the spawn.
Are
we gonna see a quad feed? Come on, MZ, give it to us. Almost a chance for some collateral action. Whoa! And then almost to the pistol. She can't believe it. Almost absolutely tore apart the
c'est à quelle heure?
Yes, we do.
À
MZ, we take
19h.
those.
Definitely some nice shots there, almost through the wall, but we saw a little bit that.
Par contre, ça c'est cool qui commence pas au matin. Par contre, ça c'est bien.
Kind of hearing the okay, hearing the strategies on that one. She knows exactly what she's doing here, but they are dominating right now. Another one goes down. Gosh, this is a sniper we have to try when we're home.
You know, I gotta just reveal my position here on it. I know the community talks about it a lot when it comes to the competitive
Par
side
contre,
of
c'est
the
bon ou ce Call of Duty a pas l'air de hyper grand monde? Je sais pas, ça me paraît bizarre. C'est la bêta ouverte, c'est la bêta anticipée. Et comment tu fais pour la bêta anticipée? C'est ça, je voudrais savoir.
We get to see a little bit more with him as we sat down to Dog for a pep talk.
What's up, everybody? This is Little Caesar's Pep Talk with the side of Black Ops Intel. I'm your host, Chris Puckett, joined by a very special guest. We got T-Dog Smitty and T-Dog Smitty.
J'ai l'impression qu'il hype moins que... Je sais pas, c'est l'impression. Ah, voilà le robot chien.
Look at my guy.
It wouldn't be a Black Ops
Thank
without
you so much.
a robo delivery service. It's launch week, it's reveal week. What's the content strategy?
Get as much content as humanly possible. First, we want to look at the maps. Black Ops 2 guns are back.
What's going to be new in this game that you're pumped for?
The wall bouncing.
Weapons, I saw the camos are kind of nuts here.
The best thing they're doing this year is it's any mode you want. So campaigns,
À mon avis, c'est l'accent anticipé du jeu, donc... D'accord, ok.
Give me the day one. I need to get to Prestige as fast as possible, loadout. What are you running?
Holy moly. The M8 felt really, really good when I used
Ah, il
it.
mange pizza, j'ai mangé pizza ce soir, moi.
Honestly, right now, they're all pretty good.
Lol.
For anyone who wants to become a Call of Duty creator, what pro tips do you have for us?
Don't just go live for 4 hours, mindlessly doing random stuff. Have a strategy.
Final question. This is the Little Caesars Pep Talk. Where can I find more content from T-Dog Smitty?
YouTube.com/T-Dog.
For all of you at home, it is time to open the Little Caesars app, accept the Call of Duty challenge, complete it, and you could win Black Ops 7. Yeah, a free copy. And you are also entered for a chance to score up George Kittle, maybe T-Dog Smitty. Number 85, Little Caesars.
Bon appétit, mes gens.
Better than that? I didn't think so.
That was amazing, and we gotta love that dog. By the way, our creators are rocking Corsair peripherals throughout the venue.
59,90 à Leclerc.
For
Ok.
a chance to win the peripherals bundle by entering the sweepstakes on the
Ah, les manettes. Ah bah c'est Mister Bubu qui va être content.
use the hashtag below.
Et un stream deck.
We'll be right back.
À la Call of.
And more Black Ops 7 coming
Là, ils
right
font
up.
même des stream decks.
Dominate
C'est un truc
every
de fou.
game on a big screen TCL QD Mini LED TV with 144 Hz native refresh rate and AMD FreeSync Premium Pro. TCL, the official TV of Call of Duty. Experience the world of Call of Duty with Corsair, the official gaming hardware and peripheral partner of Call of Duty. Operators, get ready to ride the special edition Polaris Razor Pro R and Sportsman XP 1000 vehicles, dropping soon into Call of Duty Warzone. You're invited to the Little Caesars Call of Duty Challenge. Open the Little Caesars
aiment bien la pizza là-bas.
and complete the challenge. You might win a copy of
Le
the
mec
new
il
Call of
avec une
Duty
pizza dans les
Black
mains.
Ops 7. You'll also be entered for a chance to win the grand prize. A trip to an Activision studio to squad up with George Kittle in a 1-hour epic Call of Duty battle. Complete the Little Caesars Call of Duty challenge today. Welcome back, Black Ops 7 multiplayer looking sick,
toujours la même chose qu'on voit.
slick. We've been joined by Lawrence Metten, Associate Design Director at Treyarch. Lawrence, I know there is a lot of stuff going on with Prestige in Black Ops 7. So firstly, welcome to the Omni Room. Secondly, tell us more.
Thank you. Yeah, so we have classic Prestige in Black Ops 7. We have a new journey. Excited to share more about the updates coming to Prestige Master and the icons and things like that as we get closer to launch. But our big story with Prestige in Black Ops 7 is the return of Weapon Prestige. And we're really doing for Weapon Prestige in BO7 what we did for Classic Prestige in Black Ops 6, and that's bring back a fan-favorite progression system in a way that feels faithful to the way it used to work, but also bigger and better than ever.
So Weapon Prestige is bringing an even deeper journey for players with their favorite weapons. Lawrence, tell us how this is going to work.
Yeah, so reach max weapon level, you're gonna have the choice to enter Weapon Prestige. Doing so will automatically unlock
Ah bah voilà.
prestige attachment that each weapon in the game has. And these are chunky, build-changing attachments that really change the way those guns play. You're also gonna unlock a camo, and the Weapon Prestige system
C'est
is
pas ce que tu
packed
disais
with
tout à l'heure,
camos,
DJ.
some of which are remastered Black Ops 2 camos. So you may see some fan favorite camos on the screen here. You know we had to do graffiti camo.
One of my favorites.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
many.
oh, it's great.
Charms, camos, attachments, Prestige has got it all going on. But Lawrence, it feels like Black Ops 7 is seriously about the camos this time around.
Oh yeah, we're going big with camos. So we have our core camo grind. We have camos in Prestige. We're gonna have camos in our live seasons. So weekly challenges will have 2 camos per season, an animated camo to chase for
Bah
completing
si,
that
ouais, je m'en
system.
doutais.
We're gonna have
Mais il y a
camos
l'air
in our
d'en avoir
seasonal
moins.
events, and I mean we're going big with
Il y a l'air.
camos. There's a redacted camo.
We heard people like camos.
The jacket don't lie, folks. The jacket don't lie.
Yeah, he came
got
prepared.
camos.
Like we were like, there's only one thing you're allowed to wear.
He's working through his
Lawrence.
headshots.
Yeah,
He's early in his journey.
I'm 5 headshots in on this thing.
All right, I know we all love the camos. Matt, what's your favorite one?
I mean, so Lawrence mentioned we've got some remasters, some reimagines. I worked on Black Ops 2. One of my favorites. It does relate to a breakfast meat.
You know I've been outside your office with signs picketing for this one.
You have been sliding bacon
Bon, je
strips
pense qu'on en a assez vu, je pense.
Subtle.
Je sais pas, qu'est-ce que t'en penses, Didier? On a assez vu, hein.
I'm gonna go with bacon. Bacon camo.
And it's never looked better.
It's sizzling in this
it is
game.
hot. It sizzles. It's greasy. It's all of the
all the things
all
we
of
need
the
it to be.
Okay, so while we unlock these
On en a
camos
assez
and
vu.
more throughout this progression journey,
Ouais, il
the
reparle
best part is
toujours
if
de la
you,
même
make
chose,
something
vers les armes,
awesome,
tout
you can
ça.
now share it with your friends. A
Bon, je
first
pense que
now
c'est bon, hein.
in Black Ops. Lawrence, can you explain the sort of the build share for us?
Yeah, weapon build sharing. We wanted to do this for a long
Je pense
time.
qu'on est bon, hein. Ouais, gars.
Black Ops 7.
Ouais,
You
je
can
pense
send
qu'on
a
va...
build you've created directly to a friend. You can grab a build from the kill cam. So if someone's got
On
your
va
number
s'arrêter
in a
là.
match and you're like,
On
man,
va
what's that
s'arrêter
guy
là.
using? Grab that build, throw
Je sais
it
pas,
into
t'es
your
mon
loadout for
avis,
the next
Didier?
game. And then you can also share via a build code. So right in the gunsmith is a build code. Edit a build, edit a weapon, and that build code updates. Anytime you see a
Plus demain matin,
screenshot
je
of
dois me lever
gunsmith
tôt.
posted to socials or out of game,
Il est heure,
grab that
8h30.
build code,
Non,
throw it
8h.
into your game, and you're rocking that gun.
Yep.
My days of digging through the spreadsheets are over.
Yeah, I can join
I'm
my
so
pro.
excited.
I'm gonna join my pro friends and be like, "What's the build?" They're like, "Here it is, bang, straight into my loadout. Sick. That's so cool."
It's I spent a lot of time on the social medias looking for meta builds, so I no longer have to do that. I can just grab a code, and I will also. We saw Pablo talking about our weapons earlier. I will often hit him up on a Saturday night and be like, "Hey,
If you want to know
what is
anything,
what is the best
Pablo's
weapon,
your guy.
Pablo?" And now he can just send me a code.
Yeah.
Pablo build codes are blessed. If
Pablo
you get a build code
Absolutely.
from Pablo,
Maybe
you know it's
maybe
gonna
we
fly.
will be blessed and get one from
Ouais,
him,
ouais.
closer to
Ouais.
launch. But we've already seen.
Bon bah voilà les amis, on va s'arrêter là hein, pour ce gameplay de Call of Duty Black Ops 7, etc. On a vu le plus gros, hein, en gros, parce que je pense que la conférence ça va durer des heures. Ouais, je vois que c'est encore loin d'être terminé, donc voilà. On a vu le plus gros, hein, voilà. En plus, je dois me lever très tôt demain. Donc voilà les amis, merci Didier d'être passé en tout cas, c'est très gentil de ta part. Franchement, merci à toi. Bon, je pense que le jeu, il a pas l'air de hyper beaucoup de gens, hein. Parce que d'habitude, dans les conférences, on est pas mal, quoi. Il y a du monde, mais là, voilà. Donc voilà. Merci à toi DJ d'être venu, hein. Et puis, bah, une très bonne soirée. Portez-vous bien, vive le jeu vidéo. Et rendez-vous demain. Demain on est mercredi, ouais. Demain on aura le bar gaming qui sera de retour. Voilà, donc je pense que c'est bon pour ce soir. Voilà, merci, des gros bisous. Portez-vous bien. Ciao.